Yo, what's going on, people? Welcome back to Football Carnage, and we got another Madrid hype for you guys right here on the channel. A big week ahead, right? Actually, I'd say a big next about 9 to 10 days ahead for Real Madrid because, look, you go against Alaves tomorrow, right? A team that's playing pretty well, right? To be honest, I mean, look, Alaves is a club that I don't think anything of. So when I checked the standings and I saw that they were in the top 6, I was very surprised. That now turns into a game that can possibly cause us some problems, but we are heading into it on better form, at least than what we did earlier on in the season. Then you got to look forward to the Madrid derby next Sunday. Oh my goodness. I'm nervous about that. But yo, lot of stuff to get into. Big up to everybody that's in here. Make sure you guys smash that like button. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel as well. And make sure you turn on those post notifications so you guys don't miss anytime I drop a new video or I go live. But big up to everybody that's in here, man. Pretty good last 48 hours for the club, right? And I thought that game against Espanyol was arguably the best performance that we've had this entire season, right? I mean, like that first half, I cannot believe that I actually saw Madrid play well from the time that the whistle got blown. I'm still trying to figure out if that was a dream or not. We were absolutely cooking them in the first half. Usually, we're second half FC. But, yo, what's going on, guys? Big up to my guy, Link. First, like, ugly us. Big up, bro. Big up, big up. And my guy, Adam. What's going on, bro? Next, what's up? Let's start off by saying, what's up, Will Smith? This guy, man, this guy. Absolutely. Again, Will Smith, great actor, super rich. I'm going to take that as a compliment. Victor says, Trent is the new Dani Alves. What do you mean by that, bro? What do you mean by that? I don't know if that's a compliment or not, because nowadays, you know, Dani Alves isn't too liked in society for some off-the-field things. But I think you mean that as a good thing, right? Alaves beat Sociedad, and on Friday, they beat Sevilla. Fair enough. Yeah, they're on some good form. Bro, what's going on, Stanley? My guy. Just tuning in. Don't worry. I just started, so it's all good. Hey, Victor, ignore Kai. He's a troll, right? You know, he's in here for attention just to kind of rile you guys up. Don't even worry about him. You know what I'm saying? Like, as you watch the show and as he puts in more chats, you'll see he's not serious, right? Like, this guy is just absolutely yapping, you know? Don't even worry about him. We need to beat or draw Atletico and Barca to break LaLiga all-time unbeaten streak. Yeah, I think we're about 6 games away, right? So we just have to not lose 6 more games to, I think, get 43 unbeaten games in La Liga. And yeah, that will break the record. I mean, that's kind of crazy when you think about it, because I think low-key, we've been getting away with it this season, bro. I'm not going to even lie to you. Like, the fact that we didn't lose against Real Sociedad, for example, right? They hit the post 3 times. And if we didn't get those 2 penalties, I don't even know if we score that game. You know, like the post literally saved us, right? Stuttgart. And I know that that's not La Liga. I'm just kind of grouping all the performances into one, right? Stuttgart. They were absolutely cooking us in that first half. Like, it was embarrassing to watch. That's why I think, look, one of the only positives to this season is that we just find a way to get a result. But the performances, just as a whole, it's not been good enough. So that definitely has to pick up. And we saw that against Espanyol, where we started the game really well. Second half, we ended it really well. We almost had a complete performance, right? It wasn't only about, I'd say about maybe 10, 15 minutes where Espanyol looked like they had the advantage. But I was super impressed. And that just shows you how much we're starving. Because that first half, we didn't even score any goals. But it was still one of the best that we've had this season. No, it was the best first half that we had this season. So, you know, look, that's some good momentum to, carry into this Alaves game. And again, this is another match that we need to look at and say, we got to absolutely go out there and dominate. That's just what we have to do, because we need to be on great form heading into that Atleti game, right? That's a team that gives us problems, whether we're on good form or not. But we're not here to talk about that Atletico game just yet, right? Obviously, that is the big one that everybody's talking about. We are here to kind of focus on the Alaves game and then also talk about just some other general news, right? So, Carlo has done a press conference, right, as he always does the day before a game or a few days before the game. And just like we did last week, right? I want to go through it and I want to read everything that was asked and I want to see what he said because I actually thought that pretty interesting on the last stream. So yeah, let's do it, man. Let's do it. And again, put your comments in the live chat. I will get to them, right? We do have quite a few topics, not a lot of time to get into all of them. So, I'm going to try to do my best to time manage. But yeah, let's just get into Carlo's press conference. So let's see. All right, so they asked him 300 games on the Real Madrid bench. Yo, Carlos managed 300 games from Madrid? That's crazy. Says, I've been lucky enough to coach big clubs. I was both a player and coach at Milan, and I have a special attachment to them and also Real Madrid because I'm going to reach 300 games at the best club in the world. It has been, is, and always will be special to be on the bench. To get 300 games is not a miracle, but almost. Rotations, okay. I'm not going to name the lineup today, so as I never do, it's true that this is a time to rotate, and we're going to do it. We have fresh players like Vinny, Ferland Mendy, Rudiger, and Lucas Vazquez who will get more opportunities. All right, this one's super important, right? Endrick's role. His role is clear, but it's not 100% defined either. In the few minutes he's played, he's been on the right wing. He plays well there because he works hard and is motivated. To me, he's a center forward, but he can sometimes play on the wing. He's not a winger, but he can play very well on the inside and can make the most of his minutes out wide. It's actually funny, right? So with Endrick's role, I don't like the fact that Endrick gets his minutes on the right wing because we all know that Endrick is a striker, right? Like Endrick is the only striker, the only true striker that we have in the squad, right? Like I don't like when, for example, when he got subbed on against Espanyol, he was on the right and Mbappe was down the middle. I think if you want to bring on Endrick and if you want to keep Mbappe on the pitch, move Mbappe to the right or to the left and then put Endrick down the middle. But I think Endrick needs to start. He must start against Alaves. Carlo last week said that Endrick was going to start one of these games, and he didn't start him against Espanyol. And I know that he's not going to start him against Atleti. So you must start him against Alaves. Like, this is the game to start him in. And I'm going to be annoyed if Endrick's not out there because I'm tired of Carlo giving him these make-a-wish minutes. I'm tired of Carlo subbing this guy on in the 89th, 88th minute. Like, how is he supposed to make that much of an impact with so little time? And I think across all competitions, Endrick has played about 26 minutes. And he's made the most of his opportunities. And I think that he deserves more, especially when I'm watching Mbappe shoot directly at the keeper. And I think, look, Mbappe as a striker, it's worked so far, right? Like Mbappe's making the right runs. He's putting himself in good scoring positions, but his shooting boots are just missing. It doesn't matter where he gets his chances from. Centrally, if he's getting them coming off the left wing, Mbappe is just not on good form when it comes to scoring at the moment. He's actually been shit since Barca played PSG last season in the Champions League. This guy can't score for Real Madrid. This guy can't score for France either. Every time he shoots the ball, it's either directly at the keeper or it goes wide. And I think on Saturday against Espanyol, if Endrick had some of those chances, Endrick is putting them shits into the back of the net. I'm telling you that right now. So yeah, I believe that for this game against Alaves, Mbappe should hold bench. He should. There's nothing wrong with that. Rest. Because we all know that you're going to start against Atleti. But this is the game that I think Endrick makes his first official start in. Has to. Let me see. Next question is, managing the youngsters in the Milan Derby. Why are they asking him about the Milan Derby? By the way, that was a good game. AC Milan won. We did a watch along for that yesterday. Fire. Let me see. I talked to every player, but Endrick understands about being patient. He trains every day with the best forwards in the world, and he understands what his role is. He's earning positions because he's very professional and very mature despite his young age, and we're delighted with him. He will get his minutes when the team needs him. The Derby was good for Milan fans who won it again. I agree with that. Endrick does have to be patient, right? Even though the fans might not be patient. Like, I'm not that patient. I remember when I was complaining last season because he wasn't playing Arda Güler. Like, I was getting pissed off seeing Dani Ceballos get subbed on before Arda Güler. And then, Carlo did kind of put out a statement that made sense. He's like, yo, Madrid brought me in to win games and trophies, not to play youngsters. And I was like, you know what? Fair enough. Fair enough. But I just think on merit, right? It's not even about him being young and all. Just on merit, Endrick deserves more minutes. Will Endrick be a starter? They're all starters for me. Okay, see, now we're getting to the gaslighting section. Everybody cannot be a starter. You can only start 11 players, but you have a squad of 23 players, right? Carlo also said the other day that there's no favorites in terms of there's no undisputed starters. That's also cap. Every single team has undisputed starters. You don't have to lie, right? I get it in terms of, yeah, you're not going to just say, yeah, no matter what Vinny does, he'll start, right? Obviously, that does not sound good. But we can read between the lines, right? Endrick is not a starter. To say they're all starters when he's only played 26 minutes across 5 games, that's the average of like 5 or 6 minutes a match. He's clearly not a starter. You don't have to lie. I think Endrick will start some games, right? This is going to be a very long season. So Endrick will get his opportunities for sure. But he's not going to just be starting. A majority of his game time will be coming off the bench. And that's to be expected, right? The attack has Vinny, Rodrigo, Mbappe. Unless there's an injury, how is Endrick going to start most games? So no, everybody is not a starter, Carlo, right? You don't have to insult our intelligence. On Ceballos, he says he's getting better. He's recovering quite quickly. He's back running today. He's feeling good. And we're on the right track with him. I don't really care about that. Don't really rate Ceballos, right? Obviously, he got injured against Real Betis, and he's going to be out for maybe a few more weeks. But, you know, not really one that I'm particularly looking forward to coming back. But I am glad that his injury is recovering well. Goals in the second half. So this is about Espanyol. We spoke about it with the players ahead of the Espanyol game. The opposition teams lower the tempo in the second half, drop the intensity in defense, and we look for more space. It's simply a fact. Well, the difference in that second half was Vinicius coming on. Absolutely cooked. I think he was the man of the match. I know that Rodrigo got it, and he had another good game, by the way. But Vinicius, he just changed the complexion of that game. Like, we just looked so much better when he came on. How many more questions is it? All right, quite a few. All right, let's not waste too much more time here. Camavinga's recovery. The plan with Camavinga is for him to train with the team from Thursday. We will rest after tomorrow's game, and then he will train on Thursday and will be available. So at this, he just kind of confirmed that Camavinga will be here for the Atleti match. I mean, that's a big boost to the team. I doubt he starts, but I think he'll get subbed on for sure. I mean, you know, we've kind of been struggling in midfield, and there is talk about us maybe going back to a diamond or, you know, using another formation that has 4 midfielders. And I think Camavinga will get opportunities to start because I think that Carlo, if the form does not pick up, will make some changes to that starting 11. Different identities. Real Madrid have more than just one identity. They've done well defending in a low block with quick transitions and dominating possession in some games. Some players think that we don't have a game plan because we don't have a clear identity, but we have many different identities. Yeah, I get it. Versatility, right? That makes sense. What about your future? Now, this is important because there's so many links with Xabi Alonso coming to the club. So he says, nobody has an expiry date on me as long as I like doing this job. I can't compare my fatigue with that of the players. I may get mental fatigue, which I don't have, but I love having that pressure. The players, however, have physical exhaustion, which is a real problem. It's true that I don't have an expiry date, and I'd like to be here for years to come. Yeah, I don't know about that, Carlo. Because the way that we're playing this season, I don't think that we're going to win La Liga currently on the form that we're on. And I don't think that we're going to win the Champions League, right? So if those two things don't happen, right? And let's say we come top 4, you got to win either the Spanish Super Cup or the Copa del Rey. And I think you got to win both of them to possibly have a chance of keeping your job. But the form that we're on has just been mid, right? I know that we haven't lost any games, and that's kind of papering over the cracks. But we've been very fortunate that we've been playing all mid teams. Like, let's be honest, who have Madrid really played yet? Come on now, right? So that Atleti game on Sunday is going to be our first real test of the season. But yeah, we've been fortunate. And I think because of the form that we're on, that has people looking at maybe we need to bring in a new manager, right? That's why they're talking about Xabi Alonso so much, right? Bringing a manager that's going to freshen up things. But yeah, Carlo's deal runs out in 2026, but there's possibility that he might be moved on after this season. But I would not sack him. And I don't think that the club will sack him. I think Carlo will end up just getting like a role in upper management and they'll make an announcement like that. I highly doubt that Carlo just gets dismissed. Injuries in the football world, I actually don't care about that. I'm going to be real. I don't care about him talking about Ter Stegen. It sucks what happened to Ter Stegen, but yeah, I'm not about to waste time on that. Valverde's versatility. Valverde is one of those players who can play at a very high level in different positions. He can play as a pivot, double pivot, wing back, winger, or center mid. He's a key team player, and he'll handle every situation very well because of his quality. Yeah, I agree. Valverde is an absolute baller, one of the most underrated midfielders in the world. Seriously. But because he doesn't get GA every damn week, a lot of people that don't watch Madrid don't rate him like that. Valverde is an engine in that midfield, right? And I don't think a lot of things happen without him, to be honest. Like, he's a really good player. And he's very versatile. Mendy's role at left back. Yeah, he talks about him renewing his contract. I am happy with that as well. And then the unbeaten record. Draws can be a good thing for staying unbeaten and help a lot. If you can't win, it's better not to lose. Sometimes a draw can feel better than a defeat. Our success last season came from being solid in every game. We've had a bit more trouble finding that solidity at the start, but we'll get there because the mental attitude of my players is very strong. And that kind of wraps up Carlo's press conference. I think, I'm not going to lie, the media be asking him some bullshit. I like the questions on Endrick, right? I like the question about his future at the club. But why are they not asking him about like Alaves? Like, what? How come they did not ask one question about, is there anybody that you guys are worried about that Alaves have? Like, who's their danger man? Like, who's the player that you guys are keying in on? Oh, what are you gonna, just nothing about Alaves. Nothing. It's a little bit weird. I thought that we'd maybe get some insight on it. Some decent questions, but overall, doesn't really move me, if I'm being honest with you. But, it is what it is. Guys, keep putting your comments in. I am going to get to the chat in a few minutes, right? But I do want to move on, and I want to look at that squad list for the team that's going to be traveling for that Alaves game. And I don't know why I always say travel, but this is a team that will be available for Alaves. So goalkeepers, right? You have Courtois, you got Lunin, Fran Gonzalez. In defense, you have Eder Militao, Lucas Vasquez, Vallejo, Fran Garcia, Rudiger, Mendy, Jacobo, and David Jimenez. In midfield, you have Jude, which is a bit of a surprise because we saw the reports yesterday of Jude possibly missing this game, right? It was supposed to be him and Dani Carvajal that got rested, but that doesn't look like the case because Jude is in the match day squad, right? Valverde, Modric, Tchouaméni, and Arda Güler, and then the forwards, Vinny, Mbappe, Rodrigo, and Endrick, right? So Jude is included. Dani Carvajal is not in the squad for tomorrow's game against Alaves. And to kind of piggyback off of that, right? That brings me to this report, right? And this kind of broke today, even before the squad list got announced. And it said, Jude does not support the idea of resting against Alaves. He believes playing is the best way to regain his fitness. For Carvajal, he is out of the game. So I actually don't care what Jude wants. I'm going to be real, chat. I don't give a shit what Jude wants. If I'm the manager, and if I don't think you're fit enough to play, I'm not playing you. It's just that simple. We saw against Espanyol, Jude put in that slide tackle and was injured. He had to come off to assess his shoulder. They brought him back on the pitch. And then when he got subbed off in the second half, he was on the bench holding his shoulder. You're clearly hurt. I said it. After Jude injured his foot in the Mallorca game, I called it out. And I said, he needs to get that injury taken care of, And he also should use this time to get his shoulder taken care of, even if that means missing extra games. Because I called it from back then. That shoulder is going to be a problem. It was a problem last season, right? We all know that Jude started off real hot at the beginning of last season. And then he injured his shoulder in the middle of the season, and then his performances dipped since then. Why is that? Because it's bothering him. And he's not had any time to adjust. He's not had any time to get that shoulder fixed because after the season, the Euro started. But I thought him missing that month against Mallorca, even if he had to miss another month, he should have gotten that shoulder taken care of. That's going to literally come back to haunt us. I'm telling you that right now. And I don't know exactly what's the problem with this shoulder, right? I don't know if it's sprained. I don't know if it's dislocated, whatever the term is. But he's hurt. And I know that Carlo, right, we just looked at the squad list. He's included him. But I actually don't want to see this guy play tomorrow. I really don't. Why risk him against Alaves when we got to play against Atleti on Sunday? If you want to risk yourself, Atletico is the game to do that against. We should be able to go out there and beat Alaves regardless of if Jude is playing or not. Am I crazy, chat? And if he does play tomorrow, I don't want him starting. And the same way that you give Endrick the Make-A-Wish minutes, yeah, give Jude the Make-A-Wish minutes. Sub Jude on in like the 88th minute. Let him get like a little 5 minutes of runtime. But no, he should not be starting tomorrow. And players are going to always want to play. Unless they physically cannot go out there. When have you really ever seen a player say, yeah, I don't want to play. I just want to rest. That'd be the wrong mentality, right? So I don't blame Jude for wanting to go out there and play. But it's up to the medical staff and the coaches to make that fine. It's not the player's choice. So for me, Jude must be rested. And if you want to play him, sub him on in like the 85th minute. Let him get a little run out like that. He should not be starting this game. Because it's not worth it. Imagine Jude goes out there, starts against Alaves, right? And then he injures his shoulder again. Or he does more damage to it. And now Jude got to miss 4 or 5 weeks because he had to play against Alaves. Imagine how pissed off we'll all be. So respectfully, Jude, I like that you want to play. I like that. I like the attitude. But no thank you, bruv. I would not have included him in the squad. I'm going to be real. There's just no way. Because it's just, again, it's not worth it. It's really not. Now, let me see. What you guys saying? Actually, yeah, man, big up to everybody that's in here. Let me get some of your comments in. Make sure you guys smash that like button, guys. Trent is improving defensively. Yeah, he does look a lot better defensively this season. Stuttgart smoked Dortmund last week. I must say they're a good team. No, they are a good team, right? They came, second in the Bundesliga last season, but they're still not on our level, right? They should never be turning up at the Bernabeu and playing like how they did in the first half against us. We should never be allowing that to happen. But, yeah, they did smoke Dortmund, which is kind of crazy. But we all know Dortmund are not a serious club anymore. Dortmund are the equivalent of human traffickers, okay? They just want to find young kids, make them good, and sell them for profit. Like, that's what Dortmund are on. Dortmund just want to make Champions League and sell their kids. They're not actually a serious club. Told you yesterday. Okay. Yeah, Stuttgart 5-1 Dortmund. Yep. Adam, what's going on, bro? Bro, you guys are over-exaggerating these young players. Have you seen Endrick play for Brazil? He is not great of a player. Arda Güler also makes a lot of mistakes when he plays. Okay, so then if we're going to just go off Brazil form, then drop Vinicius too. If you're going to just go off of the form for Brazil, then Vinicius is also not good then, right? Because Vinicius doesn't do shit for Brazil. So I don't give a fuck what they do for Brazil, honestly, bro. I'm going to be real. I don't care what they do for Brazil. What I care about is what they do for Real Madrid. Now, I do like Brazil, and I would like them to perform, but Endrick has played well for Real Madrid. I'm not talking about him playing for Brazil. He's played 26 minutes, and every time he gets subbed on, it's instant impact. What has Mbappe done to deserve to start week in, week out? I got to watch this guy shoot at the goalkeeper every damn time? Like, penalties are saving Mbappe right now because his open play conversion rate is awful. You know? Yeah, Carlo was kind of capping on some of those questions. I ain't going to lie. Carlo has given so much, deserves better than getting sacked, but we also can't miss out on Xabi. I'm not that sold on Xabi Alonso, but it's like I said earlier, I don't think Carlo gets sacked. I think that he ends up going into like more of a upper management kind of role. I can't just see the club just dismissing him. I feel like that would be super disrespectful, and I don't think that he deserves that either. But Xabi Alonso, the way that some of you guys are sold on him, it's just not for me. I don't like the back three. Like, I don't like that 3-4-3, whatever, the wing backs. I don't think it works with the personnel that we have. So I'd rather not get Xabi Alonso. Now, if he's able to adapt, right, and switch his formation to what I think would best suit this squad, then fair enough. No one asks, bro. Everybody asks for this content. Big up Staffy. What an absolute fraud. I really want to see all Brazil front three tomorrow. Let me see. Manchester is red. What's going on, bro? Welcome, welcome. Wagwan Donna. Cards Rubber Jamaica. Yo, bro, this shirt is nice, yo. Like, Adidas went crazy for Jamaica. I'm not going to lie. Adidas went crazy. I'm not even Jamaican, but it's a nice shirt, bro. I had to buy it. We need Jude, bro, to build up his shit without him. Do we? If we need Jude to get 3 points against Alaves, then we're fucked. We're fucked, bro. If we need Jude to do anything against Alaves, then the season's just gone already. The season is gone. Crazy to think Carlo was at Everton. Bro, my guy was just out there doing side quests. Literally. Carlo was out there doing side quests. And yo, real quick plug here, right? Just drop some Madrid emojis in the chat, right? If you guys want to be able to use, right, some of my custom emojis, right? You guys can click the pinned comment. It should be pinned, right? It is not pinned, but yeah, you guys should be able to, click that link, right? And from clicking that link, you can become a member of the channel, right? And you got access to custom emojis and whatnot. Just a quick little plug there, right? Nobody has to become a member of the channel, but I'm gonna plug that sometimes. Yeah, Adidas with the drip on third kits for club. Yeah, bro, they went crazy. Adidas, man. It's actually nuts. It's actually nuts. But yeah, let's move on though, right? Now, a few more topics to get into, chat. Now, yeah. So next thing that we're gonna get to, right? They dropped the expected 11 for the match tomorrow against Alaves. Now, what do you think about this? Like, how do you guys like this 11 right here? This is what Relevo are saying is the expected starting 11 for tomorrow's match, right? So they have Courtois in goal, Lucas Vazquez at right back, right? No Dani Carvajal for tomorrow's game. Militao and Rudiger center back pairing. Mendy left back, right? Güler left CM, Tchouameni, and then Valverde. Then they have Endrick on the right wing, Mbappe as the striker, Vinny on the left. What do you guys think about this? I don't know how I feel, to be honest. I don't like Endrick starting on the right. I think if you want to run with this 11, right? Like, I don't mind it, but I'd rather Mbappe be on the right wing. I want Endrick starting in his preferred position. And we know that Mbappe is better coming off the wings anyways. So that's what I want to see. Something like that. I think the midfield, I would honestly like to rest Tchouaméni in this game. I really would. But at the same time, I can say the same for Valverde, right? I don't know. I think I would rest Tchouaméni this game. Matter of fact, no, I'd rest Valverde. Valverde's played damn near like every game. You know what? Let's just build our starting 11. Let's just build it. Let's build it, right? All right, hold on. Yeah, let's build it right now. Okay. Let's flip this. Let's also switch this formation. I prefer the 4-2-3-1. I think that's just the most stable lineup that we could run right now. Me personally, you want me to be real with you guys, chat? Right? And big up to everybody that watched my match preview video for the Alaves game. I dropped that yesterday. If you've not done so, you could check that out after this stream. I was kind of thinking about maybe starting Lunin. But with the form that Alaves are on, right, with them sitting 6, I don't really think that we can rotate that heavily, right? Now, obviously, Lucas Vazquez has to start because I believe Dani Carvajal is out for this game. He will be back for the Madrid derby, but yeah, he's not available right now. So Lucas Vazquez for this game, unfortunately. I don't really rate Vazquez, but it is what it is. Militao. Rudiger. Mendy. Mendy or Fran. You know what? Let's just do Mendy. Let's just do Mendy. So it's all good. Then honestly, I would play Modric. See, Valverde, man, he hasn't really gotten a rest so far this season. So I think I'd go Tchouaméni. Let Valverde get rest, right? You could sub him on in the second half. I'd play Arda in the 10. Then I would go Vinny left, Rodrigo right, and I'm dropping Mbappe, by the way. Just letting you guys know that right now. And then I don't think they have Endrick in their database. Yeah, I don't know what the fuck is going on with lineup builder, the people that make this website. Like they've not updated this. So Endrick's not available for me to click. But this is the 11 that I want to see tomorrow. Me personally. And again, Alaves, they're on good form, right? They're sitting, I think, 6th in the table, right? And last time we played them, we beat them 5-0. But to be honest, in that game, right, I think that scoreline was very deceiving because Alaves, they didn't play that bad. They really didn't. They were actually having a go. And we just opened them up because they don't have the quality to kind of play that way against us, right? I think they had Samu Omaridian was there last season, and he was causing us a little bit of issues, right? Courtois had to make some big saves in that game as well. And then I think the first time we played them was like right before Christmas last season, and we won on like the last minute. I think like Lucas Vazquez scored the winner. It was in December, I think. So, yeah, we took 6 points off of them last season, right? We beat them 1-0 in the first game, and then we beat them 5-0 at the end of the season. But they play a really good style of football. But let me know what you guys think about this starting 11, right? And I'm also going to, just kind of show you what SofaScore is saying their expected 11 might be. But see, SofaScore is also predicting Jude to start. Possible lineup. I don't think so. Jude should not be starting. And I don't really know any of these players for Alaves. But when I scroll down, right, the only thing that really matters is their form. Right now, we're sitting second in the league, right? We're still 4 points behind Barcelona, who are cooking at the moment. I mean, Hansi Flick has these guys playing some fantastic football. Oh my goodness, the way they just been battering teams is kind of pissing me off. But don't worry, we will be there. And then Alaves, six. They've only lost one game. They've won 3. Like, I mean, you got to respect it. Alaves aren't a team that spend a lot of money, right? Alaves aren't a team that has a big budget and has star players. They don't got none of that. And yet they're playing a good style of football. So, I mean, look, fair enough. But yeah, that's my starting 11, right? That's what I want to see. Again, keep in mind, Endrick, I think, should be starting up front tomorrow. I think this is the game for him to start because I know he's not going to start against Atleti. Let me see. Well, Guler's not going to be playing deep in that left CM in that predicted 11 that Relevo dropped. He will be more advanced. I'd love to start Fran Garcia, Endrick more central, and bro, Fede needs a rest. I agree. Please start Fran at the moment. He's playing better than Mendy. Okay, fair enough. Yeah, 4-2-3-1 is the most solid. I agree. It's like really balanced. Lunin, Mendy, and Rudiger. See, like, I don't mind Lunin starting. I honestly don't, but usually just don't see the goalkeepers just get rotated like that often. When a manager like Xabi comes in and applies a system, it will be interesting to see which players struggle to adapt. Yeah, the thing is, I don't want to be in a back 3. Like, that's just not what I want to see, you know? Fede doesn't need to play this game, needs to stay fresh for Atletico. I'm with you, Stanley. Lunin, Mendy, Rudiger, Militao, Lucas, Tchouameni, Madrid, Arda, Vinny, Endrick, Rodrigo. Okay. I don't mind that. I just don't really want to underestimate Alaves and then get surprised. You know? Same as mine, but different goalkeeper. Luna deserves some game time. I don't know how Madrid convinced him to stay when they got when they're not going to play him. Carl disrespects him a lot. He deserves game time. Nah, I agree. I agree. Maybe this is a game that Lunin could start in for sure. We saw Lunin last season, right? Put in a pretty good shift. Was one of the best goalkeepers in Europe. So I hear you. I think Courtois will retire soon. I don't think so. How old is Courtois? Let me see. Nah, Courtois is only 32 years old. He's not going anywhere, bro. I'm going to be real. Flick versus Carlo Clasico is going to be a great game. Yeah, and they're on way better form than us. So I don't want to see Barcelona right now. Not until we pick up our form. Yeah, I'm ignoring you, Trump. Mbappe, Endrick, Rodrigo / Guler up front. Yeah, I think that'd be the best front 4 to play tomorrow. And you know what? Maybe I agree. You know what I'm saying? Like, maybe Lunin should start tomorrow. You know? Maybe Lunin should start. Yeah, fuck it. I'll put him out there. But, yeah. Again, let me know what you guys think about all that, right? Now, we got a few things to get into in terms of transfer news, right? We're going to be talking about the fullbacks. You guys already know who we've been getting linked to damn near the entire summer, right? Now, 2 players that we're going to go with, right? Now, first, let's talk about Alphonso Davies, right? So, Alphonso Davies, he, I guess, was getting interviewed, right? And they asked him about his future at Bayern Munich. And the quote that he put out there was, "My future, my full focus is on Bayern Munich. That's why I'm not thinking about it at the moment. Regardless of whether I stay or leave, I will always carry this club in my heart." Now, look, we can all read through the bullshit, right? Alphonso Davies does not want to stay at Bayern Munich. They've offered him multiple contract extensions that he's turned down, okay? This guy clearly wants to leave. Now, obviously, right, he's not going to just come out and say that he wants to leave because he can't leave right now, right? So he has to be smart in terms of what he says when he's asked about his future, because if he just comes out and says, I want to leave and I'm going to leave this summer, not going to extend, right? The fans are going to cook him in Germany, and he still has to play the rest of the season there. So it wouldn't really make the most sense to just be honest. But anybody with common sense knows that Alphonso Davies wants to leave. Actions speak louder than words, right? Now, if you're a Bayern fan, this quote right here might fool you into thinking that there is a chance he stays, right? And I think, yeah, it's not just a foregone conclusion that he ends up leaving your club, because I think Bayern right now are on some great form. Bayern are slapping teams up. They're scoring goals like it's going out of style. Vincent Kompany has them boys cooking. I told everybody that Bayern were going to be back on top this season. I predicted that Bayern were going to win the Bundesliga and also win a domestic trophy. I told you guys that Kompany was going to have them playing some great football. And I think if he can get the best out of Alphonso Davies, there is a chance Davies ends up staying, because Bayern are an elite club, right? Like, there's only two other clubs that I really look at and view as a threat for the Champions League. That's Man City. That's Bayern Munich. Everybody else, I'm not as concerned about. They're an elite club. They're one of the biggest on the planet. And I think right behind Madrid, they have the highest standards in world football. Like, you get sacked at Bayern Munich even if you win the league, because that's still not good enough. So I rate Bayern. And I think their pride got in the way of them just not selling Alphonso Davies this summer. Like, once a player is turning down extensions and they're going to only have 1 year left on their deal, you have to cash in on them, because it's just terrible business losing players for free. And Madrid capitalized on the incompetence of other clubs. Now, do I think Madrid are the only club that's in for Alphonso Davies? No. When a player like this is only going to have a year left on their deal, I think every big club in the world is going to be trying to contact Alphonso Davies' agent to see if they can sign him on a free, to try and negotiate personal terms. But come on now, guys. Davies does not want to stay at Bayern. If he did, he'd have signed an extension by now. They offered him 3 this summer. He's turned down all 3. Should have cashed in on him. A lot of clubs would have bought Alphonso Davies. But as I said, Bayern's pride was hurt, right? They're used to being the team that goes in and bullies everybody for their best players, right? They're the big fish in their little pond, right? They bully all the German teams. So now when another big fish comes in, they feel threatened. And they'd rather lose him for nothing than actually just get some money for this guy. We offered them about 40 million at the start of the summer. They said no. Then after he refused the more contract offers, I think we came in with like another bid for like 30 million, because yeah, you're not going to get the same amount of money after you rejected us, because you're losing leverage. Alphonso Davies right now has all the leverage at Bayern Munich. They need him to stay, right? Alphonso Davies does not need Bayern right now, but Bayern need him, because if you lose him for free, now you got to go out there in the market and overspend on a left back, and everybody's going to know that you're desperate for a left back, so they'll charge you more money. But yeah, once clubs let players run down their deals, they've now lost all leverage. Literally. So, again, that's one to keep an eye on, because we got to see what happens. As the season runs down, right, these links are going to just get stronger and stronger. And me personally, I'm somebody that believes if you want to leave for free, fair enough. But I'm going to just banish you from the first team, and you're not going to play any games. Because it literally hurts the club when these players leave on a free transfer. That's why when Chelsea sent Conor Gallagher to the Shadow Realm, right, before that Atleti move, when everybody was crying about it, it's like, oh, how can you treat one of your own this way? Because it's all about business. These football clubs are a business. And they're going to do what's best for them the same way that the players are going to try and do what's best for them. You know? So that's how I view it. I think Bayern have made a mistake not selling Alphonso Davies this past summer, and that is going to come back to haunt them for sure. Now, last topic that I want to get into, right? And it just seems like all the Madrid transfer targets have been getting interviewed over the weekend. Like, what are the odds that Alphonso Davies and Trent Alexander-Arnold are both asked about their future at the same time? Because that's where we're going next. And that's with Trent, right? He was also asked about his future over the weekend. And it's some pretty interesting quotes, right? Now, let's read this real quick. So, Trent Alexander-Arnold on his future. I want to be a Liverpool player this season as a minimum, is what I will say. He also says, I've been at the club 20 years now. I have signed 4 or 5 contracts, and none of those have been played out in public, and this one won't be either. So it says, the most important thing is always trophies, if I'm honest. I want to win trophies. I'm a player who is highly motivated by trophies and winning things and being elite. For now, I'm completely focused on this season and how many goals, assists, and clean sheets I can get and hopefully do enough to help us win the league. Now, we just talked about Alphonso Davies, chat. What's different with this Trent situation? What's different? Now, shout out to all the Liverpool fans that watch my content. Shout out to all the Liverpool fans that support the channel. Big up to you guys. So do not be offended for the tirade that I'm about to go on. But I've been having some conversations, right, with just Liverpool fans in general, right? Like, for example, my guy Daz, Liverpool fan with the mustache. You see him on Staffy's channel. I want to tell you something right now. This Trent news has these Liverpool fans absolutely rattled. And I'm convinced that has to be one of the dumbest fan bases in world football. They're so emotional. And I get it. Losing Trent would make me emotional as well. But these idiots are literally deluding themselves, and they're ignoring the actions that this player is taking. This guy was in the group chat telling me, you're an idiot because you can't read between the lines. He's saying that because he wants more leverage with Liverpool for a better deal. Dumbass. He already has all the leverage. He only has 12 months left on his deal. The fuck are you talking about? He doesn't need any more leverage. The club literally have to bend their knee for him. They have to give him whatever he wants. Trent could have went out there and easily just said, yo, my contract runs out after this season, but Liverpool is the club that I want to be at. If he would have said that, all the speculation ends. This guy said, I want to be a Liverpool player this season at a minimum. What does that tell you? As I said with Alphonso Davies, actions speak louder than words. Liverpool fans actually believe that the club have not offered Trent, have not offered Van Dijk, and have not offered Salah a contract extension. Not even a big club. What club in world football wants their players, their star players at that, to have less than 12 months left? If you don't think Liverpool have offered these guys contracts over the last few seasons, you're a fucking idiot. You're a fucking idiot. And if Liverpool have not offered these guys extensions, then they're incompetent. And guess what? Thank you for being incompetent then. We'll capitalize on that. Trent was talking about winning trophies. That's what motivates him. Liverpool are a dusty club. They've won a lot of silverware in their history. They're a big team. But Liverpool are not attractive. Liverpool are not some club that has ambition. You guys just brought in a brand new owner, and you didn't back him. You gave him no money to spend. Nobody wants to play for Liverpool. Zubamendi rejected you. Tchouaméni, Jude, Enzo, Xabi Alonso rejected you. Even managers don't want to manage your shit club. After this season, I'm telling you this right now, chat. After this season, I think Liverpool will come top 4 this season. They will. But after this season, it's over. It's over. You're going back to 5th, 6th, right? You'll be around where you were before Jurgen Klopp came in and absolutely saved your club. Because Jurgen Klopp won in spite of the ownership group. FSG don't want to win. Imagine bringing in a brand new manager and the only signing that you make for him that's going to affect his season is Chiesa. Liverpool fans are so deluded. We're about to sign your pride and joy for free. Thank you for being fucking idiots. Like, this topic actually pisses. I actually hate when people cannot think objectively. What club would allow their star players to run down their contract and then wait to only negotiate with the year left? Why would you do that? You've just given Trent all the leverage. I'm telling you something right now. They would have been offering these guys extensions from the last 2 seasons. You never want to be in a situation. And I do believe Trent will leave. Right? There's a possibility that he stays. Of course. Of course. Liverpool could convince him to stay. Yes. But why did it take this long? I think it's unacceptable. I would have sold Trent this summer if I was Liverpool. I would have sold Salah and I would have sold Van Dijk. And then maybe if they did that, the club might have spent some money this summer. But Liverpool are not winning shit this season. You're not going to win the Prem. You're not going to win the Champions League. At best, you can hope to maybe do the Carabao Cup again. But Liverpool are not a serious club. They're not. Jurgen Klopp is such a great manager that he made them good. But now that Klopp is no longer there, do I honestly expect Arne Slot to be able to come in and maintain those same standards? No. Especially when he's going to be with a board that's not going to back him properly. Liverpool have no future. I'm here to tell you this right now. Trent, after the Euros, guess who he was on vacation with? He was in America. With who? Guess. Jude, Tchouaméni, Mbappe. He was on vacation with Real Madrid players after the Euros. There's pictures of Trent autographing a little kid's Real Madrid shirt. Him and Jude are best friends. If you think he does not ask Jude, yo, what's it like playing for Madrid? What's the Bernabeu like? What was it like when you guys did this? Yo, what's it like playing with Mbappe? What's it like playing with Vinny, Rodrigo? If you don't think this guy wouldn't come to Madrid, you're delusional. If Trent was just so committed to Liverpool, he would have signed a new deal yet. He wouldn't have the club in this kind of predicament. He wouldn't. But yet, here we are. Trent is so Liverpool. He's Liverpool through and through. But yet, he's not signed a new deal. Stop deluding yourselves. In no situation would a club want their star players to only have a year left and to possibly leave for free. But that's just what Liverpool fans want us to believe because they're idiots and they're panicking because they know that it's over. They know. And I don't even mean to go in on Liverpool fans, but like just a lot of them are just really idiot. Like they're just so dumb. They're so dumb. Like you can't think objectively. If this was Vinicius and if Vinicius only had a year left and he was not signing extensions, yeah, I'd want him sold. Why would I want you to leave for free? Why would I think, oh, he hasn't signed a new deal because the club haven't offered him a new deal? What? It is absolutely crazy. Liverpool are in the mud. Telling you this right now. After this season, it's over. It's over. It's done. So enjoy it. Enjoy top 4, right? Enjoy being in the Champions League. Because you're not going to be there for much longer. I'm telling you that right now. You bring in a brand new manager that has to take over for Jurgen Klopp, right? First off, you never want to be the manager that comes in directly after a legendary manager leaves. You never want to be that guy because you end up having a shorter leash because fans are going to be expecting you to do what the last guy did, right? Liverpool fans are going to be expecting to win trophies. They're going to be expected to win for the league, right? And I think Slot is a decent manager. But the board are not going to back him the way that he should be, and he'll be scapegoated. Ah, man. What are you guys saying, bro? What's going on, Rajat? Trent is overrated. Reece James is the one we should get. I like Reece James. Reece James is an absolute baller. I'm with you. I'd rather have Reece James over Trent because I think Reece James, aside from injuries, right, that's the only critique that I have of him. When he's fit, I think he's the second best right back in the world. He can attack, he can defend, right? But Trent could be signed for free. So it makes more sense for the club to try and do that deal. It'd be much easier than having to go negotiate with Chelsea, you know? Now, I mean, I'm not angry, bro. It's just like a lot of Liverpool, like, it's pissed me off, bro. It's like, I hate when people cannot think objectively. Just because you have a kind of bias towards a club or to a player, it's like, bro, you can still assess the situation for what it is. Trent clearly is showing you that he wants to leave. Trent is still a franchise player. Let me see. That is true. If you don't think they've offered to get a new deal, yeah, exactly. What? Name me one club that would let their star players run down their contracts without offering them anything. It's obvious Trent is looking at options as anyone with the business mind would. Exactly. He will not renew till the end of the season. If Liverpool doesn't win trophies this season, he's gone. But the thing is, though, Liverpool should have sold him. If he's not going to sign a new deal, how could you let Trent walk out your door for free? Especially when you're a cheap club like Liverpool that don't want to spend money anyways. So now you're going to lose one of the best right backs, and now you got to replace him. And you know that they're not going to go out there and spend on no big time player. They're going to go look and get a cheap deal done. Preach, even when Man United is at their worst, they're still more attractive. Yep, that's a fact. Liverpool are the second biggest club in England. But I don't view Liverpool as an attractive club. They're a big club, but they're not attractive. Their stadium is shit. Their owners are shit. Only one Premier League in 30 years? Okay. Let's see. Bro, chill. You're being disrespectful. Bro, it's more so me getting at Liverpool fans who I just argue with. They're just dumbasses. They're dumbasses, you know? It is what it is. And I would cook any Liverpool fan that wants to debate me on this topic. I would absolutely destroy them. I would destroy them. But that's a conversation for another day. This brother believes he did everything for Liverpool and it's over. Try coming to Las Blancas. Bro, we're more attractive. We can offer him more money. We can offer him trophies, and he'll be playing with better players. We're clear of Liverpool as a squad. And even if he does leave Liverpool, right? Let's say if Trent leaves out on a free, why are people acting? He's already a Liverpool legend. Trent is a Liverpool legend already, whether he stays or leaves. This guy has won Champions League, Club World Cup, Super Cup, Premier League, Carabao Cup. He's won everything at Liverpool while coming through their academy. Trent is a legend, and he's earned the right to leave. He has nothing left to prove. FSG is Liverpool's problem. These dickheads need to go. I mean, much easier said than done. Low-key, Trent is in the Madrid. Come on, bro. If you think he don't talk to me, they were on vacation in America. Curtis Shaw confirmed it. Curtis Shaw has a picture with him and the Madrid players at the nightclub in America. He said, yo, we went into the nightclub and all the Madrid players were there with Trent. You think Trent was chilling with Jude and Mbappe, Tchouameni, or just to go back and want to be with these Liverpool players? With Taro Endo and them guys? Come on, stop it. Carvajal's going to bend him to the club is waiting until Carvajal's old enough to go. Yeah, well, Carvajal's going to sign an extension. 1-year extension. But I think after next season, I see Carvajal, and I can see Carvajal next season being rotated a bit more. Again, I prefer Reece James. Reece James was one of my favorite players in the world. But the guy's fitness is the issue. He's the choice for being a horrible defender. No, I mean, definitely. I mean, defensively, he does have work to do. Keylor Navas is opening to joining Barca. I mean, I don't care. If Navas wants to go to Barcelona, I mean, whatever. Where is he playing now? I know he went to PSG after leaving us, but where is he at now? Malo Gusto, bro, we're not signing Malo Gusto. This guy is on like a 10-year deal at Chelsea. It's going to be so hard to get done. I understand Liverpool is very big, but still not so attractive. It's a fact. You have to say holiday. Not vacation. Yeah, that's true. Fair enough. He was on holiday with them. My fault, guys. In America, we say vacation. Yep. He signed their jerseys, literally. Who wants Trent? He's overrated, super average at defending. No, I mean, Trent on a free is good business. Trent on a free is some great business. Remember, Danilo, he lacked confidence. Yeah, but I think Trent's a better player than Danilo, to be fair. But, yo, big up to everybody that's in here, man. Let me go. I got some other things to do today, right? Got a work meeting that's currently going on, but big up the damn chat, man. Again, get in the comment section if you missed me while I was live, right? Let me know what you guys think about some of the stories that I've been talking about. Big up to everybody that's been in the chat. Big up to everybody that smashed that like button, right? We may be back later today with another live stream. No promises, but we will be back tomorrow, though, for sure, right? We got to watch along, obviously, Real Madrid versus Alaves. So, just keep an eye on the channel, right? Make sure that those post notifications are turned on so you guys don't miss anytime I drop a new video or I go live. All right, guys? But look, big up to your damn selves, man. And I'll catch you guys in a bit, people. Peace.